It was the best of times, and it was also pretty hard to find those worst of times. In terms of, well, almost everything, 2015 was a fantastic year. See, that's why it's been so difficult for me to find at least a couple games I utterly despised. You know, besides the obvious choice. Regardless, I think I found, as they say, the trash of the rubbish. But for this particular list, I really have no rules that the games have to abide by to be the best of the worst. Now, I'm sure quite a few of you will disagree with this list, but that's perfectly fine. After all, this is just my opinion, and as you're all aware, it sucks. If you have any really bad games you played this year, I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below. I haven't played every game ever, and that means I've missed a lot of junk in the process, sadly. Anyways, without further ado, here are my top 5 worst games of this year.
Number 5.
Attack on Titan: Humanity in Chains. Oh yes, one of the 3DS games that I'm baffled anyone can defend. To its credit, you kind of feel like a badass mowing down titans and flying, momentuming across the landscape, but that's where the positives sort of stop. One of the most glaring issues of Humanity in Chains is its presentation, which for a 3DS game is really lackluster. The frame rate is horrendous, and while character models aren't the worst thing in the world, they're certainly not ideal. And don't even get me started on those janky QuickTime events that are as inconsistent as, well, the plot of this game. Now, I'm not exactly saying the anime itself is bad, all I'm saying is...
Number 4.
Game of Thrones, a Telltale series. I may not seem like that kind of guy, but I love Game of Thrones. Next to Honey Pop, it's my favorite thing to watch with my family, friends, and fellow churchgoers. In all seriousness, when I got this title on sale last summer, I was pretty excited to see Telltale's interpretation of the Game of Thrones universe. Needless to say, judging by its place in this video, it fell flat in many areas. The fact that you know some characters can't be harmed because of their relation to the show, among other things, really takes you out of the immersion of the plot. When you're given the option to stab Ramsay, for example, you know for a fact you can't hurt Ramsay, so what's the point of trying? Not to mention, it really seems, due to the poor graphical quality, bugs, clipping, and glitches, that many chapters were rushed to meet a deadline. In terms of all the other games Telltale has developed, this is definitely one of their weaker titles in my opinion.
Number 3.
Ironfall Invasion is one of the most popular TPS 3DS games of the year. Actually, no, the game is pretty awful. For one, it's dreadful to play, with its clunky, uncomfortable controls and boring-ass combat. Shooting robots in an exosuit should be satisfying and enjoyable, but it's not. Even the multiplayer is unbearably slow. A big part of this stems from the system it was on. Ever notice how there's only a handful of shooters on the 3DS? Simply put, they don't work well on a system that was made without a second analog stick. Along with its poor visual presentation and cringe-inducing voice acting, the one thing Ironfall Invasion has going for it is its hackability.
Number 2.
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I mean, this was an obvious pick, and considering just how much hate this spin-off garnered, I doubt many people would disagree with this game being on the list. Now, to be clear, I don't hate Amiibo Festival because it's not Animal Crossing U. I don't like the game because it's monotonous and uninteresting. How anyone can suffer through a round of the main board game for more than an hour? I don't even know. Though the visuals are wonderful and the soundtrack is tolerable, there's only one game mode here I can stand to play more than once. Forcing a player to awkwardly use Amiibo as a gameplay element just doesn't work. But hey, at least I got this cool Amiibo out of it. Oh no.
Number 1.
Garfield Kart on 3DS and now Steam. Okay, you might be saying to yourself, it's called Garfield Kart, what do you expect? And to answer that, I expect a well-made, innovative kart racing experience that stars my favorite lethargic lasagna fan of them all, Garfield the cat. How could a game starring this lovable, irrelevant Garfield be bad? Somehow, just some fucking how, it's absolutely atrocious. On the 3DS, this has to be one of my least favorite games of all time. Even the racing is so horribly programmed that there's no difference between driving off or on the course. Plus, there isn't even multiplayer, further adding to its mediocrity. Although Garfield Kart is a lot less worse on Steam, it doesn't come close to being remotely good. For that reason, and for the many hours I wasted in the Garfield universe, Garfield Kart is my least favorite game of the year. So yeah, those were my top 5 most terrible games of 2015, and if you by any chance agree with this list or want to talk about your personal awful games of this year, comment below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and take care. Have a wonderful day and goodbye. Oh, and you were probably all expecting a Splatoon joke somewhere in this video, but guess what? I ain't that kind of brother, or should I say squid?